Today I'll be installing the Monroe MA829 Max-Air air shocks. I bought these from Amazon. I'll be installing these on my Ford F150. It's a 2001 model, two-wheel drive pickup. With this kit, of course, you get your air hose here, and you get all your little air fittings and your T and your fitting to mount where you air it up. It looks like it tees into both shocks here. And you get your instruction booklet, and of course you get both of your shock absorbers. So that's the hardware you get. A lot of people were wondering if you get the hose with this kit, and yes, you do. It does come with the necessary hardware to mount the shock absorbers to the vehicle. Right now I'm loosening the top bolts, and you'll find it up here in this area. I've got a 14mm socket and a ratchet on it, and I'm having to hold this while I turn the ratchet up here. So I don't know if I can get a video of that or not. Let me see. I'll try this. Okay, before I can pull that out, it still has pressure on it. I'm going to be removing it from this one bolt here, so I can remove it from the bracket. Looks like it's an 18mm nut and bolt. Okay, we got that out. Just be aware, there is a constant pressure on that shock as you're removing the bolt out of here, so you can put a screwdriver behind it and kind of relieve some of the pressure off of it while you pull the bolt out. That does help. So once you've tightened the top end of the new shock, then go ahead and slide this thing down into place here. It's going to take both hands, but you can pull this into place and put your bolt in. A lot easier than the other shock that had gas in it. I've installed the air lines, and you basically just cut it to length. And this is a cap, but it has a hole in it, so you just slide the and there's also already a rubber washer on the shock absorber, or O-ring I should say. So you plug the hose through the O-ring all the way till it stops, and then you tighten it. It says finger tight. Don't over tighten it, but it takes a pretty strong grip and pretty strong tightening to make it not leak air too. So, and it comes with these white plastic clips right here, and what I did was I found this bracket, part of this bracket where nothing was on the other side of it. I drilled a 1/4-inch hole and then stuck these in there, and then they hold the hose really well. And this is the shock on the right side of the car or pickup, and so this hose is going along the rail right next to the tire here. And I've got a T right here at the end of this piece. And then, of course, it goes into the shock over here on the left side. I ran the hose up and over between the bed and the bracket. It then comes out through this hole here. Then I made it go through the hole there. Trying to protect as much as I can, because right here, you know, you're next to the tire, so I didn't want any of that debris to come over here and chop up this hose. It's a pretty small hose. Then again, I put on the back side, I put the clip on here so that rocks and stuff they can still hit it, but it's not as bad as if I would have stuck it on the outside of this. Then it comes around, I drilled a 5/16 hole into my fender, bottom part of my fender. It looks kind of like that. So that's the installation. They say after you pressure it up, I've got about 40 pounds of mine and it raises it a couple of inches right now. They say after you pressure it up to check all the fittings, especially the T and where it goes into the shock, spray some soapy water on it and see if it's leaking. I did do that. I found one that was leaking. Actually, I could hear it as well. And once I sealed that off, it has held. I had 30 pounds in it at first, and it held for about a week so far, so I think it's good. So I now have put about 45 in it, and it raised it to about what I need. So that's the shock installation video I've done for you guys. Thank you for watching, and feel free to subscribe to my channel. I sure appreciate it. Thank you.